Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you a layout design for Bramble Fox. And for this layout I've used new sets in store, the This Girl Can, the Essential Hearts in spring colours and the Essential Elements in spring colours also. So when I first saw this set I knew exactly the photographs that I wanted to scrap. So I got them printed out and I felt that the Cocoa Vanilla Studio Daydream collection would be absolutely perfect. So I dug that out of my stash and I chose this pattern paper as the base layer. I just brought in a chipboard circle there and I've just drawn around it in pencil while I figure out the sort of design that I want to do. I want to use the This Girl Can as the main title and two other of the cut words as well. One for each photo essentially. So I'm just having a little look at the placement and off camera I've taken the base layer away and sewn around it randomly around the pencil line that I'd drawn originally, and I've gone around it about 5 times. Some of them are overlapping. They're all very close to the pencil line, but it was just there as a guide. I didn't want to go too off-piste and make it look a little bit wayward, which is quite difficult when you're manoeuvring a 12 by 12 piece of paper under a sewing machine. So I haven't got the full collection. I've used quite a bit of this in the past, and I'm just looking at some of the pattern papers that I've got just to back the photographs at this stage. So I'm distressing the edges of the papers to go behind the photos. I tend to do this as I go along. I'm just trimming them down a little. I don't want too much showing when I stick the photographs to it, and I found a little journaling piece as well which will be perfect at the very end to hold my journaling. So I'm just giving those edges a bit of a rough up, but you could use a pair of scissors if you hadn't got a tool to do something very similar. So I'm just getting them cut to size. Because I'm roughing up the edges, you don't necessarily need to use some sort of guillotine or paper cutter. You can just do it by eye, hoping that your photographs are straight. So I'm just matching those up now, and I'm going to just add a bit of double-sided tape to the back of these. I'm not very good at committing and gluing as I go. I like to be ultra sure. It's just one of those things. I really enjoy the process of making layouts. So I'm not very speedy, but I do enjoy it. So that title, the This Girl Can, seems to go really well with that deep peach in this range. So I really like the placement there. And I brought in a tray with some extra bits and pieces from the range, plus the other 2 packs that I'm going to use, the Essential Hearts and Essential Elements in the spring colours, and I'm going to start to look at placing them around this sewn circle. The flowers were mainly fussy cut from a 12 by 12 pattern paper. I don't have many of the die cuts left now, but there's enough to get this layout completed. The yellow words particularly seem to pop off the top of those flowers, so I think they're going to work really well in those positions. So I'm just going to go through the die cuts and ephemera I've got left in the tray and see if there's any bits I can tuck in any spaces, little bits of flowers, a few butterflies and some greenery. There's a couple of butterflies in the really nice deep peach that I'm definitely going to make sure make it onto this layout to go with the perspective. So as you can tell from the photographs, these were taken at a graduation. It's a graduation that was delayed due to COVID, which happened to a lot of students at the time. So when I saw this perspective, I knew it was exactly what I wanted to actually scrap these photos. There was a time when I didn't think we'd actually make it to graduation, so the fact that we actually did, and it happened in Durham Cathedral, and it was all it should be. It's definitely worth recording. And the young lady in question can certainly do anything she sets her mind to, so definitely a perfect perspective. So I've now opened the 2 other packs that I've got there in the tray, and I'm just looking at where I can put some of these hearts. They're in lovely spring colours. They would go with lots of different collections. You've got open hearts and full ones as well. And then I open the elements pack at the other end of the tray, and this is a fabulous mixture actually. You've got tabs, glasses, clock, tags, photo corners, little like crosses, X's, so loads of bits that you know that you're going to be able to use. And I start adding bits and adding more bits because they're just really cute. I had a heart on top of a sticker where there was already a heart, but I thought it was nice to make it 3D. The crosses I particularly liked, and I definitely add a few of those just in and around the circle, really. Also, I had a photo corner at one stage and a tab by the main photograph as well. And I still have loads left in the pack, so you'll definitely be seeing those again in future layouts. So I've seen a sticker there that I want to add in that's another flower, so I'm going to tuck that also underneath one of the photographs. But I actually started to think that I'm very nearly there at this stage, so I'm just going to take stock of what I've done and just decide whether I actually want to cover too much of it all up. I do like to look through everything else that's in the range in case I've missed anything, because the idea is we obviously want to get our stash into our album, so I can always see if I can squeeze in one last bit. So I've just brought in some double-sided tape now, and I'm going to stick the photos exactly where they are, and that gets them into position. And I've done a lot of the other sticking off camera, and now I'm just brought in some foam and some glue dots, and I'm going to start to get everything stuck into position. I'm actually going to raise all of the perspectives on a little bit of foam, and then for the smaller perspectives I'm using just glue dots just to stick them into position. So I do like a lot of layers, and I also like to have a little bit of depth as well. So you'll find that if you've watched my videos, you'll see me using quite a bit of foam pads, and I tend to cut them up just to make them small enough to stick on the back of various bits and pieces at the time. So to see all these new perspectives, I would recommend you hop over to the shop, which is bramble-fox.co.uk. Also, you can get all the details there of the subscription boxes. You've got the regular Fox box and you've got the Fox box Plus, which also includes the paper snips and a Fox Cut Stencil. Also, there's subscriber discounts benefits also, so there's lots of information there if you would like to be a subscriber. I'd also recommend that you subscribe to this YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up if you've got any questions or queries about Bramble Fox products that we've used. Please pop it in the comments below, and we'll come back and get those answered for you. So I've just got a photo corner, I think, there that I haven't actually stuck down, so I was toying with which corner to use, but I go with the top left. So just getting a little bit of adhesive on the back of that, and I'll get that into position. But I'm very happy with the way that this is looking, and I decide that because the paper's got a few white circles left and right corners, that I was going to use a Fox Cut Stencil to add a few white circles of my own. And this is Fox Cut Stencil number 8, which is stars and circles, so you get 2 different shapes on the same stencil, and that's just a bit of white acrylic there that I've got on that acrylic block, and I'm just using a bit like a stipple brush. I don't need them to be perfect, so that worked really well. So this is the finished layout. Thank you so much for watching. All the close-ups will follow. So this is Sheena Rowlands, and I hope to see you here again very soon. Bye for now.